Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's Sister Vinny, the Baptist lady, and I am welcoming you to the Baptist Bible. Children, if you are new to my channel, welcome, 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 and I'm glad you're here. And if you are returning, welcome back, and thank you for coming back to sit with Sister Vinny again. You know I hail from the Plant My Feet on High Ground University. And I love it, kid. I love it. They was good to me. Children, Sister Vinny just stopped by for a little while to tell you to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. You know, children, I like to always talk with different folk at the church, and Sister Vinny's always just laughing and talking with the children at the church. Children! And one of the young ladies told me that before she joined our church, she had an experience trying to find a church home. So she told me about this one church in particular. And she said, Sister Vinny, you ought to see what you have to go through to become a member of that church. Children, let me say that I'm just from the old school, children. And I remember when you just come down front and took the chair and joined church. And you was a member. Pray the Lord now. Things have evolved way past that, because there's a lot of churches that the routine, if you will, is a lot different than it was back in my day, children. And I've been around Baptist church. I told you now. I know. Children, Sister Vinny took this young lady's advice. Now, let me say, first of all, Pastor, I'm very happy at my church, and I have no plans of leaving. Right, Lord, children. But Sister Vinny just had to check out what this young lady was talking about. So I went over to this church that she mentioned, and that she told me to go try to become a member there. So when I first walked in, all the carpeting, and they had some nice melodious music playing, piped through the speakers, and it was so beautiful and so soft and wonderful. I got maybe 2 steps in the door, and someone come and they met me and they said, hello, how are you? Introduced themselves, and they were a member of the welcoming hospitality committee, and that was fine, and to ask me what was the reason for my visit. When I told them that I was interested in joining the church, they said, sure, great, just wonderful, just warm. So they led me down a hallway of the church, and they led me into the membership intake room. Okay, children. I went into the intake room, and I was met by someone else who took over for this person, because this person was just hospitality. So they left and went back out there to continue their, greetings. And so the person that I was left with asked me, did I want any beverages, anything like that? Was I hungry, anything like that? No, I said, I'm fine. I just want to become a member of this church. This person reached into the drawer and pulled out a nice looking folder with the name of the church on it, and it was beautiful. Gold embroidery, that kind of thing. Had the matching ink pens and everything. I give them points for showmanship. Now, I do, children. So the next thing the person said to me was, we're going to need you to fill out this application. It's a membership application. The person explained that it was so that they could keep track of, their members more efficiently, because they were such a large church that they had to have some type of system to keep track of their members, which, I understand that. We ought to keep good records, children. So then I looked at the paper, and he slid the folder over in front of me with the ink pen and said, do you need me to read it to you? Or, because some people have trouble with their vision and things. I said, no, Sister Vinny's all right. So he opened the folder in front of me and pulled out, children, it was like a 40-page document. And he said, you would need to complete this. This is our application. I said, is this an application or a book? He said, it's an application, ma'am. And you would need to fill this out. In addition, he wasn't done yet. He said, in addition, you would need to pay your membership fee. Membership fee. I said, okay. And he said, that is an annual membership fee. So you would need to pay this annually. You know, children, they doing stuff different, so different now in the Baptist church that I try to go with the flow. So I said, okay, that's fine. So the next thing that he began to give me was he said, you will need this. And I said, what is this? And he said, it's a payment coupon book. And it's for your tithes and offering. You will need to complete this and turn this in with your tithe and offering. So I said to myself, I said, now, am I buying a car or am I just becoming a member? Because, look like that coupon book that they give you when you get a car and stuff. So he said, no, ma'am. He said, this is just to help our members keep track of their tithes and their giving. And he was just a straight face and everything, children. So I said, okay, that's fine. That's fine with me. So he said, also, ma'am, we have a credit union. I said, because, it's a very large church. They have a library and everything in there. And he said, we have a credit union downstairs. And if you, for some reason, forget your payment coupon, that's what he called it, your tithe payment coupon. If you forget that, you can stop at the credit union and make your payment. Okay, I said, that's fine. I can do that. That's not a problem. So far, I was already saying, you know what, children, this don't even sound right to me. Because somebody done left the gate open. The gate's wide open. Somebody done left the gate open on this one. So I sat there, continued to sit there, and let him continue to explain. So the next thing he proceeded to say to me was, he pulled out this paper out of the folder that he had in front of me. And it was it was a map of the inside of the sanctuary, the seating. And when I looked at it, it looked as if I was looking at a stadium, stadium seating. How you see that stuff on there? Children, he pointed to this section, and he said, now you will be assigned to seat 463. I said, 463? He said, yes, you will be in seat 463, and you will need to sit in that seat whenever you come to church. Okay, I said, chill, you know what, I was already ready to just get up and stuff, but I continued to let him speak to me, let him talk. And then he pulled out another map, and it was a map of the parking lot. And he said, do you drive a car? I said, sure I do. I have a car. Should have really got a car. I got a license and everything, children. And he said, pointed to the thing, he said, this would be your parking spot. So you would need to park in this parking spot every time you come to church. Whether it's for a meeting, whether it's for vacation Bible school, or whatever it's for, you will need to park your car in this spot. Oh, Lord, have mercy, Jesus. I said, okay, well, that's all right. Then he turned a few pages and he said, now, one thing I want to stress to you, ma'am, is that whenever you will be absent from church, you will need to call and let us know that you will not be attending that Sunday. I thought, now, am I working here? Y'all offered me a job with a salary? Or what? And he said, no, ma'am. He said, we just need to know that you won't be here that Sunday. So we need for you to call and let us know that you will not be in attendance. Okay, I said, all righty. This is really, really going left. So I continued to sit there and let the young man talk to me. And then he went on to say, as he was flipping through the papers in my folder, he said, also, when you leave here, before you go to your car, you will need to stop down at the nurses station area because they need to do a drug screen on you. I said, I just want to become a member, sir. And he said, yes, ma'am, you would need to take a drug test to become a member here. And if we feel that at any time we do random drug screens and you fail them, we can revoke your membership. He told me this. I was like, what in the world, Jesus? Hallelujah, praise the Lord. So I said, oh, Lord. So then he pulled out a few papers that were stapled together out of the folder. And he said, ma'am, this is your policy and procedures manual for our church. He said, I just need to ensure that you have them, and you'll need to sign this paper saying that you received it, and that I just need to make sure you are aware that there are consequences if you break any of the policies and procedures. I said, Lord, gee, they probably gonna throw me in a pit of snakes or burn me at the stake or something like that. Children. So anyway, he also proceeded to tell me that we have many events at our church throughout the year. You are required to attend at least 3 of the events that we have in order to maintain your membership. I was like, so could you give me an example? He said, well, like we have women's tea, we have the vacation Bible school, we have, I said, does Bible study and church school, fit into that? He said, no, because those are regular responsibilities of a member. He said, we're talking about events. So he's saying like vacation Bible school, if they have something, special event of some kind, that you would have to attend 3 of those in addition to everything else. So I said, Lord, have mercy, Jesus. Children, I'm almost done with this now. He then went on to tell me that if you have a wedding or a funeral that you would like to be done here, there's a fee for that. And which that's, children, that is not, there should be a fee for that. Then he said, if you want the pastor there, that's an additional fee. Who gonna do it if the pastor ain't there? He said, well, we have associate ministers that will do your weddings and funerals and galas and things like that, speaking engagements and things like that. But if you want the pastor, it would be an additional cost, and there's a waiting list. For me to get my pastor, it's a waiting list. Now, children, come on, children. So finally, he went on to say that they have a cemetery that the church owns. And if you wish to be buried or have a loved one buried in that cemetery, there's a fee for that. Which, there's fees for burial, so we know that. But he said there's additional fees to be buried in the church. So I said, me being a member doesn't help me to be able to be buried there. And he said it does. It puts you higher on the list than someone off the street. But you're still on the list. And you have to pay your way up the list, if you will, children. Praise the Lord now. Children, I just had to share that with you because when I left that church, I felt as if I was applying for a mortgage on a house, children. A mortgage on a house, children. Gates open. So I just wanted to share with you. Now, I'm not downing churches, Baptist churches that have protocols and things like that, because I know we have to have things. But children, I just want to caution you, please don't lose sight of Christ in this. You're a member of a Baptist church. You're trying to get members. You're not trying to, it's not about the money. It's not about the status or anything like that. And you just got children. You just got to keep Christ in it. Please keep Christ in it, children. Please. So I just want to say, children, be safe out there. Please be safe out there, because all kind of stuff's happening. As you can see, children. Be safe, because Satan is ever busy. He's ever busy, children. And you just don't want, children, to be speared in the side. Children. Thank you for listening to me rant and rave about this. And children, if you have any experiences similar to that, go ahead and hit that like button for me, and then put that comment down there and let me know what kind of experiences you have had. And I would just appreciate hearing from you. I thank you, children. I love you so much. You take care of yourself. And I now return you to your regularly scheduled program.